okay, I am losing it right now. Either I'm the idiot or I'm watching two of the most talented basketball players in the world that don't make a lot of sense when they communicate. So let's just give a quick synopsis of what the heck is going on. Kevin Durant has a podcast. His first guest on his podcast was his future teammate, Kyrie Irving. I've already talked about what Kyrie Irving said about this is the first time he feels like he's got a teammate that can make any shot on the court. Look, whatever. He don't like LeBron. He don't like Boston. Whatever. That is what it is, right? This is a real comment of concern if I'm a Brooklyn Nets fan. I want y'all to listen to what I'm about to read to you guys. This is a real quote, what I'm about to read, from what Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant had to say about coaching the Brooklyn Nets. Obviously, for those who don't know, a couple weeks ago, the Nets announced that they will be hiring Steve Nash, the Hall of Famer to be the two-time MVP. He had some great days in Phoenix under Mike D'Antoni's system. Steve Nash is going to come right out of retirement, no coaching experience, to coach the Brooklyn Nets. He was a good friend of Kevin Durant, as Steve Nash was around that Golden State Warriors team as like a special advisor or something like that. I think he knows Kyrie a little bit as well. Point guard, obviously they got that chemistry and that connection. I want y'all to listen to what KD and Kyrie said about coaching the Brooklyn Nets. This is wild, all right? Listen to this. First off, I want to give a shout out to Kenny Atkinson. Some people came out and were like, Kyrie and KD got Kenny fired. Look, that was completely false. This is Kyrie talking. He said, listen, Kenny was great for the group that he served, and I was very appreciative of what he was giving us throughout the season and when we were playing. We always heard and saw how great Nash was as a player, but also when you get to know him as a person, you understand why he can coexist with us. We don't need someone to come in with their coaching philosophy and change everything we're doing. Change up the wheel, and we're going to start running on the first day of practice. No, I want somebody that's going to understand that I'm a human being first. I serve my community first, and then basketball is something that I come and do every day because I love. That's no disrespect to Kenny or any coach I play for. It's just Steve coming in at the moment and following up with putting together a great coaching core and was going to make us more successful. Here's where it gets ridiculous to me. Kevin Durant could be a head coach. I could be a head coach, said Kyrie Irving. It's going to change the way we see coaches. I don't really see the Brooklyn Nets having a head coach next season. Yeah. What? What? Oh, wait. Let me read that again. I got to do this one more time, all right? Kyrie believes the way that Steve Nash is going to coach this team is going to change the way we see coaches. I don't really see us having a real head coach, said Kyrie. He said KD could be a head coach. Even Kyrie, the guy that believes the earth. I'm not going there. Nope, y'all not getting me there. I'm not going there with y'all. The guy who told Cleveland he wanted to stay long term and then randomly asked Cleveland for a trade. The guy who told the Boston Celtics that he was going to be there long term and didn't even re-sign with him in free agency. I don't even think he gave them an interview after. I don't even think they met with Kyrie Irving a summer or so ago. This guy believes that on any given night, he can coach the team. So let me explain something to you, right? Kyrie Irving is too smart for his own good. That is the problem. I think Kevin Durant is very easily influenced. But I see now, even just listening to that podcast, Kevin Durant is playing with Russell Westbrook again. I know that sounds crazy. It's happening again. He plays with Russell Westbrook 2.0. I would pick Kyrie Irving over Russ. He can shoot the three. He's a champion. But just like why KD left OKC, Kyrie Irving is the leader of that team. His ideologies are going to lead that team. Let me be clear with you. Kevin Durant is very coachable. When he's around somebody who doesn't believe they're coachable, we'll see. Obviously, that's going to have an impact on KD if his teammate, the other all-star of the team, believes he's not coachable. How you think Spencer Dinwiddie woke up when he saw that, when he listened to that podcast? Karis LeVert. What y'all think he was thinking? Look, I get it, Kyrie. You want to be treated as a human being. But can somebody please tell Kyrie, all around this country, all around this world, people have structure, leadership, managers, bosses, supervisors, executives. Like this is how things go. Even being your own boss, there's a higher up that you answer to. So for Kyrie to make it seem like a head coach or somebody actually like telling them, yo, you're gonna run today or whatever, is it somehow humiliating a player or undermining a player? I think that tells you all you need to know. Dear Brooklyn Nets, you guys are in trouble. I see something very bad on this wall already, and y'all ain't played a game yet. Two things I don't like. KD has a podcast, and Kyrie Irving is on the podcast talking. All right? Those are two things I do not like. If I'm Steve Nash, I am somewhere drinking some of the best vino you can find. Now I'm thinking to myself, what the hell did I just get myself into? Because let's be clear about this, right? Kyrie Irving didn't love Ty Lue. He thought Ty Lue was a little too loose, allowed LeBron to do too much. Then he turned around and didn't like Brad Stevens. To me, it feels like Brad Stevens was a little too structured for Kyrie Irving, a little too philosophical. I thought Kenny Atkinson was kind of right in between. I thought Coach Vaughn was right in between. Well, Vaughn ain't enough. Coach Vaughn Coach Nash ain't enough. By the way, Coach Vaughn is now an assistant coach under Steve Nash on that staff. They kept him around. We want to coach ourselves. Did Kyrie Irving coach himself in Cleveland the first few years without LeBron James, in which the team was in the lottery 2 years? They had the number one pick. Did Kyrie Irving coach himself when he opted to stop listening to his teammates in the Eastern Conference playoffs? Reportedly, he stopped talking to his teammates. Was he coaching himself then? Because they lost that year. When has Kyrie ever doing his own thing ever made any sense and led to success? Kyrie doing his own thing has always led to the lottery. And because they got KD, I don't believe it'll be the lottery. But I mean, KD's coming off a big-time Achilles injury. If I'm Steve Nash somewhere, I am taking my wine glass and I am beating myself over the head with it right now because I do not know what the hell I just signed up for in Brooklyn.